Have you ever wondered what truly happens the day you finally choose yourself? Not just in theory, not as another beautiful self-help phrase, but the real choice. The moment you decide for the first time that your life, your needs, your dreams matter just as much as everyone else's. This isn't an abstract concept. It's an inner shift, a beautiful crack in the old you that spent so much time giving everything to others, seeking to be loved, adapting until you forgot who you were. And the most amazing thing, this moment often arrives in silence, no alarms, no fanfare. Just one day your soul whispers, "Enough." And suddenly, something shifts. As Louise Hay taught us, when we change our thoughts, we change our lives. And choosing yourself is the most powerful thought transformation you can make. Today we're going to explore what happens when you stop abandoning yourself, when you cease pretending, when you finally give yourself priority. Because what awaits you on the other side of this choice will surprise you in the most beautiful way. I choose to honor my own needs and desires. I am worthy of my own love and attention. The silent awakening, when your soul says, "Enough." Meet Sarah, a 42-year-old teacher from Portland. For years, she was the one everyone called when they needed help. The reliable friend, the understanding daughter, the accommodating colleague. But one Tuesday morning, while making coffee for her family, before rushing to work, something cracked inside her. Not anger, not sadness, something deeper. A whisper from her soul saying, "What about me?" This is how it begins for most of us. There's a moment when something inside quietly breaks. Not in a destructive way, but like a shell cracking open to reveal new life. You look around and realize you've become so skilled at ignoring your own needs that you've forgotten you even have them. I listen to the wisdom of my inner voice. My soul's guidance leads me to my highest good. Louise Hay understood this awakening intimately. She knew that we're conditioned from childhood to be good, to meet expectations, to think of others first. We become experts at smiling when we want to cry, saying yes when everything inside us screams no. But here's the truth nobody ever told you. No one is coming to save you. There's no hidden hero. No perfect parent who will repair what was broken. The only person who can save you is you. And this realization becomes the foundation of your freedom. When you finally acknowledge this truth, you begin to see all the places where you've betrayed yourself. Every situation where you stayed when everything in you cried to leave. And you understand that choosing yourself isn't a luxury. It's a vital necessity. Breaking free from the programming of people-pleasing. Jennifer, a marketing executive from Chicago, spent most of her adult life being the easygoing one. She never complained, never asked for too much. But at what cost? She realized she had become a stranger to herself, living a life that looked good on paper but felt empty in her heart. I released the need to please others at the expense of my own well-being. I am lovable, exactly as I am. The truth is, while you were working so hard to please the world, you forgot to please yourself. And this is where the real transformation begins. Not with a dramatic explosion, but with a quiet, inner revolution. It's as if a voice that's been silenced for too long finally stands up and says, "It's time to choose yourself." Louise Hay taught us that what we deny controls us, but what we accept transforms us. When you finally accept that you've been living according to a script that was never truly yours, one written by family expectations, societal pressures, and past wounds, you can begin to rewrite your story. This awakening isn't about becoming selfish or uncaring. It's about recognizing that you can't pour from an empty cup. You can't give authentic love when you're starving for it yourself. You can't create a meaningful life when you're constantly abandoning your own dreams and desires. The beautiful thing about this realization is that it doesn't require you to become someone different. You're simply returning to who you've always been underneath all the conditioning. You're peeling away the layers of shoulds and musts to reveal your authentic self. The physical signs your body gives you. What many people don't realize is that your body has been trying to tell you for years that you need to choose yourself. That chronic fatigue you can't explain, that's your energy being drained by living out of alignment. Those sleepless nights, that's your soul trying to process the disconnect between who you are and how you're living. Rebecca, a 36-year-old nurse from Atlanta, shares, "I had mysterious headaches for months. Doctors couldn't find anything wrong. But when I started honoring my needs and setting boundaries, they disappeared. My body was literally screaming for me to pay attention to myself. I listen to my body's wisdom. I honor the messages it sends me about my well-being." Louise Hay was a pioneer in understanding the mind-body connection. She knew that our physical symptoms often reflect our emotional and spiritual state. When we consistently ignore our needs, our body finds ways to force us to slow down and pay attention. The moment you start choosing yourself, you'll likely notice physical changes. Better sleep, more energy, fewer stress-related symptoms. This isn't coincidence. It's your body celebrating your return to alignment. The courage to disappoint others. Here's where it gets challenging, and where many people turn back. When you start choosing yourself, you begin to disappoint people, not because you're being thoughtless, but because they were accustomed to a version of you that always said yes, that always stayed quiet. Lisa, a nurse from Denver, discovered this when she started setting boundaries with her demanding family. "At first, they accused me of being selfish," she shares. "But I realized they weren't upset because I was being selfish. They were upset because I was no longer being selfless at my own expense. I have the right to set healthy boundaries. I protect my energy with love and wisdom." Louise Hay reminded us that when we change, the people around us must adjust to our new energy. Some will celebrate your growth while others will resist it. This resistance isn't about you. It's about their own discomfort with change and their fear of examining their own lives. The people who truly love you will adapt and grow with you. Those who only valued you for what you could do for them will naturally fall away. And while this can be painful initially, it creates space for relationships built on mutual respect and genuine connection. Understanding this pattern helps you navigate the inevitable pushback with compassion rather than guilt. You're not responsible for other people's reactions to your growth. You're only responsible for growing in a way that honors your truth. The magnetic shift. When your energy changes everything, something magical happens when you truly choose yourself. The world begins to reorganize around your new energy. It's not that external circumstances suddenly become perfect, but your relationship with them transforms completely. Maria from Austin experienced this firsthand. "When I stopped trying to be everything to everyone, I started attracting people who appreciated me for who I actually am," she explains. "Opportunities that seemed impossible before began opening up, not because I was chasing them, but because I had finally stopped running from myself. I attract relationships and opportunities that align with my authentic self. I am a magnet for all that serves my highest good. This isn't magic. It's energy. When you stop vibrating fear, lack, and unworthiness, you begin to vibrate confidence, abundance, and self-love. And the universe responds to your vibration, not your words or wishes. Louise Hay taught us that our external world is a reflection of our internal world. When you treat yourself with respect, The world reflects that respect back to you. When you honor your needs, life opens doors you thought were permanently closed. The art of saying no without guilt. One of the most powerful skills you develop when choosing yourself is the ability to say no without drowning in guilt. This isn't about becoming harsh or uncaring. It's about recognizing that your no to one thing is a yes to something else that matters more to you. Catherine, a 47-year-old consultant from San Francisco, learned this lesson. I used to say yes to every request because I was afraid people would stop liking me. Now I understand that people respect me more when I'm honest about my capacity and priorities. My no is complete and doesn't require justification. I trust my inner wisdom to guide my choices. Louise Hay taught us that we teach people how to treat us. When you consistently say yes when you mean no, you're teaching others that your boundaries don't matter. But when you start honoring your own limits, you give others permission to do the same. The key is learning to say no with love rather than defensiveness. You don't need to justify your decisions or provide elaborate explanations. A simple kind, "That doesn't work for me," is enough. Reclaiming your authentic self. The journey of choosing yourself inevitably leads to a profound question. Who am I when I'm not trying to be what others want me to be? This can be both exciting and terrifying, because you might discover that you've been wearing masks for so long that you've forgotten your true face. Rachel from Seattle describes this process. I had to sit with the discomfort of not knowing who I was outside of my roles as daughter, employee, and friend. But in that uncertainty, I found something beautiful. My authentic self, waiting patiently for me to return. I embrace my authentic self with love and acceptance. I am perfect exactly as I am in this moment. This rediscovery isn't about becoming someone new. It's about removing all the layers that aren't truly you. It's about peeling away the costumes, the roles, the adaptations to reveal the essence that was always there, waiting. Louise Hay understood that we are not broken and in need of fixing. We are simply disconnected from our true nature, which is inherently whole, worthy, and wonderful. The healing happens when we remember this truth and begin to live from it. The financial freedom that comes with self-worth. An unexpected benefit of choosing yourself is often improved financial circumstances. When you stop undervaluing yourself, you naturally begin to command better compensation for your time and energy. Diana, a freelance writer from Nashville, experienced this. When I started believing I was worth more, I began charging rates that reflected my value. Surprisingly, clients were willing to pay because my confidence in my worth was contagious. I am worthy of financial abundance. I value my time, energy, and skills appropriately. Louise Hay knew that our relationship with money often reflects our relationship with ourselves. When we don't believe we're worthy of good things, we unconsciously sabotage our financial success. But when we choose ourselves, we naturally begin to make decisions that support our prosperity. This might mean negotiating a raise, starting a business, or simply stopping the financial self-sabotage that keeps you stuck in scarcity. When you truly value yourself, you make choices that reflect that value. The end of external seeking. One of the most profound shifts that occurs when you choose yourself is the end of external seeking. You stop looking for validation, love, and worth outside of yourself because you've finally found the source within. Patricia from Miami shares, I used to exhaust myself trying to prove my worth to others. Now I know my value isn't up for debate. It's not something I need to earn or maintain. It simply is. I am inherently worthy of love, respect, and happiness. My worth is not dependent on external validation. This doesn't mean you become isolated or stop caring about others. Instead, you begin to relate from a place of fullness rather than emptiness. You give because you want to, not because you need to. You love because it feels good, not because you're trying to earn love in return. Louise Hay taught us that the relationship we have with ourselves sets the template for all other relationships. When you become your own best friend, your own loving parent, your own cheerleader, you stop expecting others to fill roles they were never meant to fill. Help us build a world filled with positive energy and healing. A simple like and a subscribe are powerful acts of support for our channel. The ripple effect of self-love. When you truly choose yourself, the effects ripple out in ways you never expected. Your children learn that self-respect is normal. Your friends are inspired to examine their own lives. Your colleagues witness what authentic confidence looks like. Susan, a 43-year-old mother from Phoenix, noticed this with her teenage daughter. When I stopped sacrificing my happiness for everyone else's comfort, my daughter started speaking up for herself, too. I realized I was teaching her to value herself by how I valued myself. I model self-love and self-respect for all those around me. My healing contributes to the healing of the world. This is the beautiful paradox Louise Hay often spoke about. When we heal ourselves, we heal our lineage. When we break patterns of self-abandonment, we free not only ourselves, but also future generations from these limiting beliefs. Navigating the challenges of transformation. Let's be honest, choosing yourself isn't always easy. There will be days when the old patterns try to resurface, when fear whispers that you're being too much or asking for too much. These moments are not setbacks. They're opportunities to practice self-compassion and recommit to your truth. Amanda, a 40-year-old therapist from Boston, reminds us, "The voice that tells me I'm being selfish isn't my voice. It's the voice of old conditioning. Now when I hear it, I thank it for trying to protect me and choose love instead." I treat myself with the same compassion I would offer a dear friend. I am patient and gentle with myself as I grow. Louise Hay taught us that transformation is a process, not a destination. There's no finish line where you suddenly become perfect at self-love. Instead, it's a daily practice of choosing yourself again and again, especially when it feels difficult. The new you, aligned and authentic. As you continue on this journey of self-choice, you begin to notice profound changes. You sleep better because you're no longer carrying the weight of everyone else's expectations. You have more energy because you're no longer leaking it through activities and relationships that drain you. Most importantly, you develop an unshakable inner peace. Not because your life becomes perfect, but because you're finally living in alignment with your truth. I am at peace with who I am becoming. I trust the process of my own growth and transformation. This peace isn't dependent on external circumstances. It comes from knowing that no matter what happens, you will not abandon yourself. You will not betray your needs for the comfort of others. You will not shrink to make others feel bigger. Living your truth, the ultimate freedom. The ultimate gift of choosing yourself is freedom. Not the freedom to do whatever you want without consequences, but the freedom to be who you truly are without apology. It's the freedom to say no without guilt, yes without resentment, and to live according to your own values, rather than others' expectations. I am free to be my authentic self in all areas of my life. I celebrate my uniqueness and honor my truth. Louise Hay knew that this freedom is our birthright. We don't have to earn it, prove we deserve it, or wait for permission to claim it. We simply have to remember that it was always ours and choose to step into it. Your new beginning starts now. As we reach the end of our journey together today, I want you to know that everything you've heard isn't just theory. It's a roadmap to your own transformation. The moment you decide to choose yourself, everything begins to shift. You don't need to wait for the perfect moment, the right circumstances, or someone else's permission. You can start right now, right where you are, with whatever resources you have. Today I choose to honor myself completely. I am worthy of my own love, attention, and care. Remember, beautiful soul, you are not broken and in need of fixing. You are not too much or not enough. You are exactly who you're meant to be, and the world needs your authentic light. The journey of choosing yourself is the most important journey you'll ever take. It's the path that leads you home, not to a place, but to yourself. And once you arrive, you'll wonder why you ever thought you needed to be anywhere else. If this message has touched your heart, don't let it just resonate in your thoughts. Take action. Write in the comments right now. Today, I choose to prioritize myself, or I am ready to live the life I deserve. Because every word you write becomes a declaration to the universe, a commitment to yourself. Your transformation begins with a single choice. Choose yourself. Choose your happiness. Choose your truth. The world is waiting for the real you to shine. I am ready to live as my most authentic, empowered, and loving self. My journey of self-love begins now.